It's now being recorded, so if you have to go, you can go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, so the screen. So, part 3. So we are in this, no, we are in this sentence. Planning, in particular, planning that is extensive, elaborated, and hierarchical, and can make for more completion of essays. Let's take a look at the original. Guys, could you explain what does that refer to? Planning that, like strategies, or planning what? Because I'm having trouble understanding that.
I think planning itself, that refers to planning itself.
Oh,
So we can remove it, I guess.
Like totally?
Like just say planning is extensive.
So let's see, planning is extensive, elaborated, and hierarchical, and can make for more effective organizational drafting and and completion of essay. Yeah, I think it makes sense. So in particular, planning is extensive, elaborated, and hierarchical. Yeah, I will put a full stop here, okay? Because the sentence is getting very long. I would put a linker to it and continue like that. What is more planning can make for more effective organizational drafting and completion of essays. And also I would lose that of part, because I know that of part is, I mean, it makes your sentences longer. I would go like that. All right. Another thing that I'm not happy about again is that each part, okay, once again, it makes your reader searching for the reference, because it can refer to completion, it can refer to essay, it can refer to drafting, or to planning. So what do you say? What does it refer to?
I guess it refers to planning.
Okay. Then we could go like that. Finally, planning. Okay, and you got include repeated twice. Okay, so we can lose the second one. Finally, planning includes using oral argument, counter argument, and rebuttal. And I would lose using, because you know the meaning stays the same. I think it stays the same. What do you guys think? Please take a look at part 3. Is it clear enough? All right, let's move on. The last part then. I understand this was the original, so we can safely, is it the original?
Yes.
All right, I think that some information is missing here. You know, that one?
Yes.
Right, let's see how we can squeeze it in. Right. Goes for rate. Okay, clearly what you have here is a list. All right. If it's a list, it's much better to use the bulleted listing feature. So we could go like this, and then we'll continue with the list. Like oral argument, counter argument, rebuttal, identification of explicit goals for writing, teacher modeling or writing, and procedural facilitation, like that. So see, once you're having a list, there's no point of having your list in line, okay? Use bulleted lists. Now we're losing that, and we're moving down to part 4. Okay, part 4. So the red is in, okay, this is the original. Okay, I see. So the results of the research pertain but an extensive account could not be performed. Okay, first of all, you know, if you can, you have to lose of. Okay, you can go with conversion. The research results pertaining and I guess we could lose this one. And like that. Okay, no, I'm going somewhere wrong. This is not the place for extensive account of research review that led to these reviews, results. Okay. Okay, I would go with a totally different way. I would go like that, with this. We are not going to discuss the review results here extensively, like that. Because you know that research was mentioned here, okay, and since the only purpose of this sentence is to say that the author is not going to give too many details, okay, we can safely go with a very short mentioning like that. Okay. One particular example, the transition for students. Okay. Right. See, guys, you know, it literally hurts when you read this book. It's really hard to extract the meaning. So, however, the implication of this study for this book needed to be drawn out. Okay. Transition the students make as they move. Okay. What do you guys think? Because I'm kind of stymied here. I'm trying to figure out the meaning. Students make. Okay. Ongoing applications, I guess, for students moving, I think, moving from one education level to the other. What do you say?
Yeah, it's good.
Right.
But it
so,
depends. But it depends if you wanna just describe more detail. Kind of.
I suggest we should say education level to a higher, like more specific.
Cool. Yeah, it's very nice. From a lower education level to the higher one. It's cool. I like it so much. See, we're killing that horrible sentence, and we're having a nice and short sentence. Right, and we have the last sentence. So my main thesis is that much remains the same from stage to stage. Okay. You know, I'm not happy with that much. What exactly is meant by much? Much of what?
Almost, I think. Almost.
Yeah, the thing is that that much is kind of too vague. Okay, so what does the writer mean? Much of what? Because, you know, slips my mind completely.
I think we can use slightly. Slightly remains.
That is not the trouble. See, the trouble is that the writer says that something remains the same when students move from lower education level to the higher education level. I understand it's argumentation or some argumentation, I don't know, troubles or problems. I understand what the writer means here is that students have to do argumentation at every stage of education, but the requirements to argumentation increase. I guess this is what is meant here. So we could go like that. My main thesis is that argumentation is generally required at any education level. Say this is not ideal because I'm using passive. However, the requirements for argumentation increase I think we have to replace the needs with requirements. Right, at least in this way, I can see the meaning. What do you guys see? What do you guys say?
But I guess instead of requirements, put demands, because in one sentences we have the same words. It's not good for kind of
Totally,
to meet their demands, I guess.
See, we have the meaning now. Now we have to fine tune the sentence because we have passive here, okay, and we have repetitions there. Okay, let's take a look at passive. So my main thesis is that argumentation is generally required at any education level. We can say that any education level require generally requires. So every educational level generally requires argumentation. So we've killed passive. The meaning is the same. However, the requirements for argumentation increase.
We can stop the sentence here and start a new sentence.
Yeah.
We can say, thus, we have to learn these new strategies and techniques to meet the requirements.
Could you do so?
Actually, I'm
okay. No problem. So
I'm using my mobile, so
that's okay. So
we have to learn these new strategies and techniques.
All right, and another thing, see, we starting with to meet the requirements, but this is like a modifier for a verb, okay? But our brain wants a clause, so we could go with this one. We have to learn these new strategies and techniques
to meet this requirement.
Yeah, to meet the.
This, I prefer this.
Yeah. This. Yeah, these requirements and these new strategies. Now, this is not very good because we're using such requirements. Right, we have to learn these new strategies. Okay, but what are the strategies? We've never mentioned the strategies before. The strategies are somewhere here. Okay, I would go with the above strategies. Well,
aforementioned.
Aforementioned is kind of longer as compared to above, but the meaning is the same. So I would go with above. Right. I think that will be all. Please ask me questions. So see, the linguistic means of expression is really important. You might have good ideas, but a really poor, really poor language, which would prevent your research from becoming popular. Right, that'll be all for today. Now, please do not forget that next Thursday is your next academic vocabulary and your next academic quiz. The information and the glossaries are in Moodle. So, and Monday is the day when your introduction draft is due. Please ask me questions, if any.
So, Professor, for Monday, we just need to send this our introduction of the essay, but just the introduction.
Right. Just the introduction. Please follow the structure from Moodle.
Okay, but that's, I mean, that's the only homework up to Monday.
Yeah, your homework for Monday is
Yep.
only the introduction draft, and your homework for Thursday is
The vocabulary.
yeah, next glossary and next vocabulary exercise. And
Okay.
get ready for the quiz.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Any other questions? Right, that'll be the end of the class then. Thank you so much, and I will see you Monday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, goodbye.
Bye.
All right, thank you.